Fnatic's lackluster performance at the Asia-Pacific Pro League Finals would prove to be the final outing for both Rizraz and Speca, as the team announced earlier today that both players would be replaced. The organization has signed Tex from Team Sinister, formerly known as Copper, in a former life. I wish I could do that. As well as Mentalist, marking his triumphant return to the Siege scene since retiring at the end of the Pro League Season 10 finals. Fnatic has been pretty set in their roster since signing the old Mindfreak lineup back in April of 2018, as Magnet, Lusty, and Aces have all still been with the squad since that acquisition. Since then, only some slight changes have been made. Virtue was added on as a 6th player back in November of last year, and just recently Speca has replaced Aces at both the recent version of the Six Masters and at the APAC finals a couple months back. This is the single biggest change that Fnatic has undergone since they've been in the Siege scene by swapping out 2 players in the same fell swoop. For Speca, it's clear that his addition to the team seemed worthwhile at the time, but in an interview with Siege GG, Fnatic's head coach Dizzle cited the reason for his departure as a change in the competitive meta. Quote, "I think Siege is a game that is developing so quickly, teams at times need to be able to develop to stay in front. What we initially picked Speca up for, Siege has changed since then." He didn't necessarily have bad stats for the ANZ season of Pro League in Season 10, but was pretty abysmal at the APAC finals when Fnatic fell 1-2 to Airwolf in the quarterfinals. It's likely that his time with the ANZ powerhouse will probably net him a spot on another team in the future with that experience to help him out, but as of yet, he has not announced his plans for the future. For Rizraz, though, the future's a little more bittersweet. Not only is he no longer with Fnatic, but today he has announced his retirement from competitive Siege altogether. In a statement released on Twitter, he didn't give a reason for his departure from the scene, which is completely understandable. Whatever his reasons may be, he's left behind a very respectable legacy in Siege. Multiple victories at domestic tournaments, APAC tournaments, and multiple Pro League Finals appearances. And under the Fnatic flag, he has been to every single ESL LAN from the Pro League Season 7 finals in Atlantic City all the way up to the 6 major Raleigh this year. Man's gotten to travel the world and compete against the best of the best all over the globe for these past 2 years. Wherever you're heading next, Riz, it really sucks to see you go, but I genuinely wish you the best of luck in wherever life takes you next. Chonka 7 in the chat, boys. Throw one up for our boy Riz. All right, I'm done with the sad stuff now. Jason is back! This cheeky son of a gun baited everybody, dude. I can't tell if he was actually trolling us when he said this, but in between Fnatic's announcements from the drop and the pickup, he said that he was done with coaching and that he was going to come back into the active roster. Never forget, this man is a legend, especially after Pro League Season 8, but man, he got my hopes up for no reason. I admit, I didn't expect to see this return of Mentalist so soon. I'm really happy to see the man back, considering he knew going into the Pro League Season 10 finals that that may very well be his last season, at least for a long time. For those who don't know, within APAC, it's more difficult to make Siege more of a full-time or normal career, and in Mentalist's case, he was going to depart the competitive scene as a means of focusing more on his studies. But nope, not anymore. Now the man's on one of the biggest orgs in the world, and he's ditching school to play video games full-time. I love this timeline. Alongside him is Tex, formerly known as Copper when he was on Team Sinister, who brings 3 seasons of ANZ Pro League experience with him, but isn't really known that much outside of that. And he isn't joining the team in a 6th man role either. Near as I can tell, he'll be active on the starting lineup for the squad, as Aces will continue to warm the bench. This isn't an uncommon thing for Fnatic. They've been rolling with a 6-man roster ever since they grabbed Virtue at the back end of last year, so they'll keep on having 6 people on their team and keep on preventing one really good player from going to a different squad. Fnatic, why are you so great, eh? Big congratulations to both Tex and Mentalist for getting those deals inked. Hopefully we can see them at the 6 Invitational, assuming they can make it all the way through the APAC qualifier, and getting signed to Fnatic is no small feat. Hopefully, that spotlight doesn't blind them, and they can fight through the pressure. That's all from me. This news kind of came out of the blue at me last night, and I have to edit this really fast because I've got work in under 2 hours. Yeah, you guys wanted more up-to-date, more concurrent videos? Sorry, you got a broke fat college kid instead. Hit up my Twitter, my Twitch, and this YouTube channel for more in the coming days, please and thank you very, very much for over 2,000 subscribers. Welcome everybody that's new, and I'll see you guys later.